Oh yeah, the official Law Abiding Biker Media private patron member only ride, meetup, and event is scheduled for 2023. Join us at the event and further the hashtag Biker Revolution. We'd love to ride with you and meet you in person, of course. So mark your calendars now. The event will be Tuesday, May 9th, 2023 near Reno, Nevada. And the requirements to attend this event are you must be a contributing mid-level and above patron member no later than January 1st, 2023. Yep, that's 4 months prior to the event. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon, for more information. And here are some further details on the event. The Law Abiding Biker crew, which will be about 10 of us this year, will meet you somewhere around the Hawthorne-Babbitt, Nevada area around 1 p.m. We will have a 1-hour meet and greet at that location. And Kickstands Up will be at 2 p.m. sharp. We'll then take you on a group ride and lead you into the greater Reno, Nevada area, which is an easy 2-hour, 15-minute ride and around 125 miles. Easy peasy. Upon arrival near Reno, Nevada at 4:30 p.m., we'll treat you to a special catered dinner and social event. We'll wine you and dine you, but we ain't gonna 69 you. The social event will close down about 7 p.m., but have no doubt, patron members always continue the social event at a different location amongst themselves. So we suggest you get lodging in Reno, Nevada now for the event, and that's completely on you. And there is only one official place that you can sign up for the event, Bikeaholics. Yep, that's at lawabidingbiker.com/2023 meetup. That's lawabidingbiker.com/2023 meetup. All one word, no dashes, no spaces. Once you submit your registration form, the confirmation of your patron status and other general vetting will commence. After sign up, you'll receive several emails. One of those emails will be to confirm your subscription to our 2023 patron member email event list. If you don't see that email within a few minutes, please check your email junk spam folder and hit the confirmation button on that email so you are on that official list. We have to have you on the list and we'll be verifying. This is the one and only way we will communicate to you the exact details of the event as it approaches. Also, we will only be giving more specific details about the ride and meetup event to those who have officially signed up and have been verified. And the deadline for sign up is March 15th, 2023 at midnight. No exceptions can be made. Once it closes, so don't miss out on this awesome opportunity. Also, if you sign up, we need you to attend, as a ton of planning and expenses go into making these events great. Of course, if an unexpected emergency arises after you've already signed up, please send us a courtesy email ASAP advising us that you won't be able to make it. Okay, I'm calling out to any patron members in or around the Reno, Nevada area. We really need your help to organize the actual social dinner event, such as the location and food situation. Please hit us up if you can help us at lawabidingbiker.com/contact or DM us within your patron member account. Having patron member involvement in the past has always helped to make these events a huge success. Oh, and if you've yet to take the leap and join the Biker Revolution as a contributing patron member, there's no better time to consider doing so than right now. This is just one of many benefits you get for being a patron member. And best of all, you'll know you're supporting us financially so we can continue our mission to help educate, connect, and inspire as many bikers as we can worldwide. So these ride and meetup events have gained in size each year that we've been doing them. So let's make 2023 the biggest ever law-abiding biker patron member ride and meetup event. And let's make history. We hope to see you there. Peace. All right, we're just getting things up and running here. Give us a minute. This is a live stream. And just let us know if you guys can hear and see us. I see we have patron members. All right, we're just getting things up. So I see on our end everything's looking good. Let us know in the chat if you guys can see and hear us. Make sure everything is good to go before we get going any further here. All right, Matt Haywood, Brad Johnston in the chat. Thanks for being here, guys. Video audio is good, says Haywood. Matt Haywood, thank you very much. All right, Brad. Yep, good. All right. Well, that said, let's see what we got here, Lurch. All right. New page for everybody. This is something you'll want to not skip. All right. We do have a new page here at Law Abiding Biker Media. It's been in the works for some time, but it's up and running, and it is a work in progress. That is our Amazon influencer page. All right. So everybody knows, all the regulars already know we have an Amazon affiliate link, and that's lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon. And we always tell you guys, just bookmark that thing. Go to lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon, and you can bookmark it. And that's our affiliate link once you go in there, and you can literally bookmark it and call it Help Lab, or Lab Affiliate, whatever you want. Anytime you click through that link when you go to Amazon, if you just go to Amazon that way, anything you buy, we do get a small commission, and we really appreciate it. It helps keep the lights on here as we grow. Everything takes more money. We're upping plans and different softwares, and it costs a lot of money to operate. Let's just say that, especially as we're growing so fast here in 2022. Now, the new page that I want to tell you about that's in the works, and we will continue to add to it, is our Amazon influencer page. All right. It's kind of the same deal, but it's a page that we set up, and it has categories, and it's like our own little home on Amazon. So if you want to see the things we use, not only motorcycle related, but things we recommend, I think there's a cigar one in there now. There's a humidor, stuff we use, tools. We're adding to that, gear that we wear, helmets, the stuff I take, I would pick him up, but he's sleeping. Louie, the studio dog that I ride on my motorcycle with, goggles, and the pack, the carrier pack that I use. Anyways, if you go to that page, and that's over at lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon influencer, right, Lurch?
That's it.
Lawabidingbiker.com, all one word, no dashes, lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon influencer. And that's our home on Amazon. And of course, if you click through any of those products that are listed on that page, then of course we get a small commission, and it lets you know stuff that we actually, most of it have tried and tested, and that we recommend. Again, the regular affiliate still works, lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon. That's anything you buy. But if you want to see things we recommend, or as we build out that page, again, it's over there, lawabidingbiker.com/Amazon influencer. We appreciate you guys using that. Click through, buy, of course. Yep, you got it. We get a commission, helps keep the lights on here. All right. This is live. We've got our patron members in the chat all queued up here. I got a question for you. I got a question for the patron members. We're looking at you here in the camera. Oh, the question is, you want to know how to have a fresh smelling and squeaky clean butt? Do you know, Lurch? Well, I'm going to tell you how. That's right. Get hooked up with Dude Wipes, flushable wet wipes. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Your butt will smell like a breath of fresh air, literally.
I just used the last of our unscented, and we're back to mint, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, those are the ones.
We used up all our fragrance-free. Now, those are over on our Amazon influencer page, too. Personal items we use. And I got Dude Wipes over there. Not only the regular Dude Wipes, but, I got the travel ones over there
that's
too.
A must.
You got to have the travels. We take them every day because we work in a lot of coffee shops. We put them discreetly in our computer bags, and we discreetly pull it out. Here's the deal.
Of course, we have to show it to each other each time.
Right. You got to hold it up. Yeah. Going in.
So at least we know. You got to get some joy out of it. But the rest of the patrons there have no idea that you're about to go drop a deuce and then have a minty fresh ass.
Here's the deal. So Lurch and I the other day were in the coffee shop, and we're sitting next to these hot chicks. I'm not going to lie to you. And they're right next to us. And I've got one crowning. It's pushing cloth.
A turtle head poking out.
I got a turtle head poking out. And
jumper at the door.
Yeah, but
fabric.
I just want to walk to the bathroom. And, discreet, just no big deal. Like I'm not even walking to the bathroom, right? Because they're smoking hot. Lurch is like staring at him. He's not even. I remember I'm trying to get him to edit audio, and he's just staring at these chicks. I'm like, geez, Louise, can you get to work? And I get up.
Sounds like you're elaborating a little bit on the story.
Nope, I don't elaborate ever.
Bullshit.
I tell the truth. Lurch was staring at, and they were young girls. Okay, that's what old guys do. And I admit it. But I didn't want to embarrass myself. But there's no way I'm going in the Starbucks bathroom without a Dude Wipe.
No.
Mint, nonetheless. Mint. That's right. Your ass will smell
like
a breath mint. Not lying. So I discreetly am able to just grab it. Just grabbed it out of my laptop bag, palmed it, did the old walk to the bathroom, dude. Yep, that's right. Discreetly, nobody even knew that I was taking wet wipes to the bathroom. There you go. Thus, I didn't embarrass myself with the hot chick sitting next to us until I came back to the table and I had a piece of toilet paper hanging off my shoe. That was embarrassing. No, I didn't, but that would have been funny, actually. All right, dude wipes, guys, lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt, B-U-T-T, lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt, B-U-T-T. If you are not using dude wipes, you are missing out on one of the greatest little, what do you call that, self-care things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're missing out.
I'll think of it later.
I'll just tell you that.
But it's definitely a way to treat yourself.
It is.
Pamper yourself.
You're missing out on life, really.
You should be treated.
You're only living half of your life, really, if you're not using mint. So we use the fragrance free, and they do the job just as well as the mint, but they don't leave you with that fresh minty feeling in your ass. So we used them up because we didn't want to waste them. But from now on, us personally, try both. See what you guys like. Try both. Back to back, whatever. Do a little, like Lurch does oftentimes in the afternoons. He has to do a little maintenance wipe. He goes and cleans up the undercarriage. Just walk. He doesn't even take a dump. He literally goes in and cleans the undercarriage. And he just wants to feel that minty fresh. He's in a better mood when he comes back out in the shop when I'm pushing him to film stuff and I'm telling him he's doing it wrong and he needs to do another shot. He gets all cranky. I tell him, go in and just give yourself a little maintenance wipe.
Pamper yourself.
Just pamper yourself. Exactly. No additional cost to you guys if you go to that link, but we do get a small commission for buying your dude wipes.
That is probably the record for longest dude wipe commercial we have ever done.
They keep getting longer. The more I use them, the more I'm in love. Oh, speaking of your ass, do you want to ride longer, Lurch?
Yeah.
Are you tired? Now, we know you have a clean ass because you do maintenance wipes.
Right.
But do you ever get a tired and sore, achy ass?
I used to, but I got something to help relieve that.
What did you get? Fix it.
I got the butt buffer.
Oh, is that how you fixed it?
You betcha.
Nice seat cushion. Very nice. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our lineup of butt buffer seat cushions. Sell the bejesus out of those things. Literally saved my ass on our over 4,000 mile trip recently to Duluth, Minnesota. I would have been hurting at my age without a butt buffer, even while running the heated Harley hammock. Oh, question that comes up about those is I have a heated seat and I tested it thoroughly on this trip because we get that question. Will the heat go through the butt buffer seat cushion? Answer is absolutely. It just takes longer to warm your seat up because you've got to warm up. You got to warm through but then when you turn your seat off, it stays warm for longer because the butt buffer then has to dissipate the heat. So it's kind of a double edge there, but it absolutely worked perfect. And all the heat and magnificence on my ass, Lurch. At our age, you just treat your ass. You heat it, you wipe it, you clean it, you make sure and cushion it. I mean, the ass is very important at our age.
This podcast has been about ass too much lately.
Let's take it out. Let's just do our outro.
Okay.
Just an ass podcast. Oh. So you're sitting there. You got a trip coming up in a week or 2 weeks, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you're like, oh, I need that. I'm in the Law Abiding Biker store. And of course you're drinking whiskey or beer, some sort of alcoholic beverages. We highly recommend you at least down a couple drinks before you actually just bring up the Law Abiding Biker store. I know a lot of companies don't do this. It might be not politically correct, and it might not be good for business, but we feel like it's really good for our business, and we prefer if you drink.
Yeah, get rid of those inhibitions.
Get rid of it. All you're going to do if you go in there without drinking is you're going to worry about money and you're going to worry about spending, and then next thing you know, you're going to walk away not satisfied. You don't click the buy button. So make sure you have some drinks before you shop in there. Anyways, you're in there shopping, Lurch, and you've already had a couple. You got a good, buzz going on. All your inhibitions are gone. You're like, I need it. I'm getting it. I don't care what the wife says. Green light. And but you want to buy it. And then you realize you reach in your pocket. You're like, shit, dude, nothing but a travel dude wipe and some lint. And you're like, I can't afford it. Well, you can. Because we have integrated right into the Law Abiding Biker store. Not only can you be buzzed while you're shopping and not have the money, now you can just buy it because you can pay in 4 equal payments, interest free, and have that part delivered to you lickety split and have it installed or ready to go for your trip. Yep, you guys asked, we brought it. Shop pay installments integrated right into the Law Abiding Biker store. I do know there's monthly ones now too. You can pay in monthly installments, but that comes with a interest fee. Got an email here, Lurch. And I haven't even read this one.
You probably have not. I
but
just
you
got
pulled
this
it up.
the other day. We've been getting a lot of emails about Ride Planner lately. So I thought this was a good one to put in. This is from
Roger.
Steve Langang of Woodbridge, Virginia. He says, good evening. First, I love your video blogs on your YouTube or on YouTube, and I'm very much considering becoming a member. You should get that done right away there, Stephen. Lots of benefits. Until then, hoping you can help me with an issue. I came across your YouTube video where you compared 4 Ride Planner applications. HD Ride Planner, Rever, Indian. He says, I can't recall the other. I use HD Ride Planner, but I'm becoming more and more frustrated with it. Hard to believe. I was wondering if you or any of your members have indicated anything about a refresh rate with the HD Ride Planner. At least for me, when I zoom in and out, I get a better view of streets, etc. It takes forever for the map to refresh, either in normal or satellite map view. It is becoming quite annoying, as it can take several minutes for the map to refresh, and all I see is a blank map with an orange route on it. Google Maps takes seconds to refresh, so I'm also certain it's not my computer. Could be wrong, though. Our response: we too are frustrated with Ride Planner. We've shared this with our contacts at HD, and we've been told that they're working on it. We use Ride Planner for our longer trips, but our group leader also has Google Maps up and running on his phone. I and Ryan also run a program called InRoute. It's an Apple iOS app that works very well. You're not alone in having issues with the Ride Planner.
Nice. Are you guys all our members who are on live video broadcast or just video later? Are you guys getting blinded by Lurch's white legs over there? Because I can
you see him?
I can cut this shot or it might be offensive actually.
I wore shorts today.
He's got old man legs. Look at him. They're white.
You zoomed in on him?
Are your legs hairy like Joe Biden's?
No.
Joe Biden's got hairy legs. If you haven't heard him,
yeah,
I think he has cancer too. I think he said he had cancer.
He said he had cancer the other day, but I'm not sure that he does.
All right. We're not getting political here. That's just funny shit. I don't care who you are or who the president is. That's funny shit when you say you have cancer and you don't. But he did say, you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. It's the best line ever, dude.
I know.
You lying dog-faced pony soldier. All right. So yeah, good answer. Good answer. I'll go ahead and get it off Lurch's legs.
Thank you.
Apologize, but
I haven't got a lot of sun yet this year. Just finally got warm here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yep. Well, I'm going to keep cutting back to that angle for you guys so that you can see Lurch's sexy legs throughout this broadcast. That's worth right there becoming a member so that you can see these live video broadcasts in chat. I'm not going to lie to you.
Bill Schreiber says in the chat he's been having Ride Planner issues loading lately. He assumed it was possibly due to the Sturgis traffic using the software.
Nope.
No, I think it's just it's across the board. People are having issues with it right now.
So I'm doing our documentary film. Speaking of that right now, I'm in deep edit. I think I'm on day 3 for our West Coast California trip last year in 2021. And I have to use Ride Planner a lot to remember all the stuff, and I'm writing script and all that. And it has been horrible when you zoom in, everything disappears, and you have to wait. And then sometimes it doesn't. You have to zoom back out for the maps, and satellite's not working at all. It's been a pain in the ass, and that was happening to me. I've been editing this video for months and months now, and it's been very consistent. Again, it's a free software, and it is frustrating. We do have our video, obviously, lawabidingbiker.com/Harley or figure it out for me. I think it's just lawabidingbiker.com/ride planner, where you can get our very detailed tutorial. We sell the heck out of that video. People love it, but it's all how to use Harley Ride Planner, transfer it to your boombox, upload it, how to map it out, all the tips and tricks, the hidden menus, because it is kind of finicky to use, but with our video, we show you the fastest, easiest ways to use it. It is very capable, but again, it's free, and they do change little things over time. But what is it, Lurch?
Stupid Chrome. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, I think it's just lawabidingbiker.com/ride planner.
I think it is, but I'm checking.
Yes, it is. There you go, guys. Or just lawabidingbiker.com/Harley Boombox. All of our Boombox tutorial videos over on that page. Hey, Bigaholics, Zero 3D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products. Oh, yeah, once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless. That's right, with a quick attached luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. We use the heck out of those Rick Rack bags, many of us, on our recent Minnesota trip. Woo! Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back. That's right, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
That's right, large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By listening, by being here, you're part of what we call
the hashtag biker revolution.
There you go, hashtag. That's right, definitely the fastest growing online biker community. I believe we're the largest now. I do believe that.
I have no doubt.
The largest and fastest growing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you heard that before?
I have.
Largest and fastest growing online biker community around, guys. Really, it's very true. And we thank you for all your support. Now, before we get started, Lurch, I just have one question for the audience.
What are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
There you go. And in the chat, first of all, welcome back. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast.
And your high-tech redneck.
Oh, if you guys have in the chat, if you know where that line comes from, I changed it a little bit, but if you know where that line comes from, let us know. Maybe we'll do a giveaway of some sort.
Give them the line one more time.
Send them a shirt or something.
Okay.
All right. The line is, but I'm changing it for our company. All right. We are the largest and fastest growing online biker community around. If you know where that comes from, then let me know and we'll see if we can get a gift out to you. We'll make this fun. All right. Since we've been talking about ass for so long. All right. Do you want to talk about the new free video, Lurch?
New free video. Yeah. The new 2022 Harley Nightster. Is it a bang or a bust? And it's a great video. You got to go down to California and test that thing out thoroughly. And watch that video, check it out. And if it's something you're interested in, it's a bike that's surprising a lot of people. A lot of people think of the Sportsters and the smaller bikes to not be quite as powerful and fast. This thing's got a lot of juice. It's a lot of fun. So check that video out. Where
can they find the video in the show notes?
It'll be in the show notes, or you can just go to lawabidingbiker.com/2022-Harley-Nightster.
Where else can they go? How do they get to show notes? Because you mentioned show notes.
We can just go to our webpage.
Lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is what Lurch meant to say.
You say that all the time. I never say
I know.
So
now
why
you
are you
know.
trying to set me up?
You always got to tell them. Show notes. Lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. All right. Now, I know. We got to bust your balls. So let's see. Now, we love our paying sponsors up front, our regular sponsors. Now, these folks are also direct. They are sponsors, and they're the reason this podcast, our YouTube channel, everything we do is still coming to you after 9.5 years. We want to thank some of our most recent patron member signups.
We'd like to thank Dwayne Brickle of Melissa, Texas, Zachary Mendenhall of Princeton, Indiana, and Rick Redding of Woolrich, Maine. He's top tier.
Casey Kendrick of Fredericksburg, California, top tier. Anthony Oviedo of Hialeah, Florida. Marshall Madison of Janesville, Wisconsin.
Dustin Lean of New York Mills, Minnesota. Frank Scarpato, he's top tier. And Jeff Willis.
Nice. Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. That's right. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. There are benefits such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone. It is an awesome online community of bikers helping bikers. Access to live video broadcasts and chat podcasts early, premium videos up on request, and of course, access to those ride meetup and events. We definitely appreciate you considering becoming a member as we continue to grow and blow up here in 2022. It just still amazes me, members, and I know the economy isn't doing that good, and I get that. things are, inflation and everything, and I know that services and monthly fees, a lot of people can, at some point twist finances and, to pay for other things because of gas prices and everything else. But we appreciate it so much that a lot of you maintain and continue to support what we're trying to do here, even in tougher financial times. So God bless all of you. And thank you for all of you being here live in the chat, the video broadcast. Love our patron members. And I say it a lot, and I'm sure people get sick and tired of it. But I'm going to keep saying it because it means so much to us here. Now, it's been a long time, but don't forget also, we put out for you patron members, we put out 3 different ways that you can get notified when we go live, because we've got a lot of new ones, so I want to mention it again. Number 1 is sign up. The biggest thing, because everybody checks their emails, go over to lawabidingbiker.com/live. In the upper right-hand corner of that page, there is an email sign-up list. The only emails you'll get there is when we go live. And of course, it's going to send you a link, and you're going to have to sign into your patron accounts to get live access to get the information, but it's real easy. There's a link right there. It tells you the time, what the subject matter is. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/live. And do it right now and sign up for that email list. That's not our regular email list. That's just our live email list. Also, we post right in the private Facebook group. We pin it to the top, and same information with a link so that you can watch it live. So you can always go to the Facebook page, and we usually do it 2 or 3 days before, and we post it, pin it, and it's right there with the information for you. And then the third way is you can always go to lawabidingbiker.com/live, same page as you sign up for the email list. It tells usually about 2 to 3 days before, it tells what events are coming up and whether it's a patron only or whether it's a public live. So just want to remind you guys of that. We got a great episode for you here. And we want to, it's upgrading a Harley M8 to a 465 gear cam, a new performance oil pump. Of course, we did a cam chest too with it. So yeah, we did it on, I'll just start it out here, Lurch, and we're just going to dive into our main subject matter here.
You do that. I'm working on something.
There's a lot of, be ready. You got to listen too.
All right. I just got to answer a question.
All right. Is it in chat?
Yeah.
Is it something that's good for the show?
No.
No. All right. No, it must be dirty. Somebody somebody asking you for a Hummer.
No.
Lurch doesn't give Hummers. I already tried. He's here every day, so I tried.
Not going to do it.
All right. Well, so deal is, how this came about is Brad Johnston, who's a patron member, and he is in chat right now. We wanted to do a cam job for a long time. It's just a huge project. We knew we could do it, but it's a big undertaking when you're filming it. It's like a 4-day film, 4 days of filming and wrenching. If you're just doing it without filming, it's a whole different deal, especially the way we filmed it in great detail. What we found, I digress, because I mentioned Brad Johnston. So he did a cam. He did a 465 cam. Yeah, he did the same thing. He did an oil pump. He did a cam chest, and on his Milwaukee 8. All right. So Popeye has a 19 Street Glide special. In the private Facebook group, Popeye saw that Brad had done one, and Popeye got a hold of Brad, asked him how he liked it, what he thought of it, and price and parts and all that kind of stuff. So Popeye, of course, then called us and asked us if he bought the kit from S&S. We have no affiliation with S&S whatsoever, folks. But we did use their kit. And Popeye reached out to Lurch, my chief operations officer, and said, hey, do you guys want to do a cam upgrade on my bike and film it? And you can do it all. And I'll just drop my bike off. And so, yeah.
And while you're at it, could you fix the handlebars and put a newer tire on it for me?
That's right. He broke his handlebars on our Wisconsin trip. It'll be in the documentary film. I did some shorts on it too on Instagram. If you're not following us over on Instagram, you are missing out. Crazy. We're starting to really jack up the numbers and followers over there because we're doing so much. Instagram, Law Abiding Biker, that's simple. Law Abiding Biker on Twitter, Law Abiding Biker on Facebook. Everything's that way. And then, of course, for the YouTube channel, it's Ryan Urlacher. You can search that, or Law Abiding Biker. But Instagram, we're doing a lot of stuff over there. So anyways, where was I going with that? Popeye. Yes. Yeah, Popeye. So we agreed, and it's something we wanted to do for a long time. And we were actually going to originally do it on Brad's bike, but he ended up doing it. Some things fell through the cracks, not on his part, on ours for sure. but we had bought the tools because you will need a few specialty tools, which we're going to break down. Now, I know this is an audio podcast. We're going to monitor chat and have fun there too. But there's a lot of things that you'll want to know about our project and our experience, and have no doubt that the video that we are going to put together with the amount of footage that I have and the detail that we put into it is going to be the best video on YouTube on this subject matter. It will be a one-stop shop, every step without skipping any steps, every piece of information, exactly what tools you need, how to use each of those tools during the project. Because what we found is we knew pretty much how to do it, but of course we searched a few things just to polish up. And we found that you have to put together right now 10 to 15 videos and to try to piece it together, and every video skips some. Now, JMP Cycles did a video. It's probably one of the better ones, but it skips a lot of shit, guys. And they don't know how to teach. That's the problem, is a lot of you can have all the knowledge in the world on a subject, but if you don't know how to teach it, then you're going to fail. And so JMP Cycles, credit to them. It's a fair video, but we found it missing a lot of stuff. And so that's what we do. And we get on and we're like, oh, they missed this, they missed that. This is things people will want to know. And we break it down and we're like, we're just going to smoke them on that level. Nothing against JMP Cycles. They're not a video company. They're not a media company. They are a store for parts and gear, and they're trying to make videos, and they fail a lot, as do a lot of companies that think they're going to start making YouTube videos. They don't really realize what's involved with that and how to teach. So
yeah, they had a bike that was a project bike of theirs, so they had it stripped down. There wasn't much left on the bike, and so they skipped the steps of showing you how to take off the exhaust and the footrest and some of the other stuff you need, the intake. And then there was another video where a guy says, I'm going to tell you all the stuff that these other videos don't tell you, but then he didn't tell you the stuff he should have. So
then don't make a video, dude.
Yeah, ours literally takes you from start to finish. Turning the first screw to the last screw. Yep.
And an explanation of everything and why we're doing it.
And it's going to be free.
This one's going to be free, guys. Not that if you're a top tier patron member, you could have got it, but sometimes we want to put them out free just because there's such crap out there. And we will be eventually probably doing, this is on a Milwaukee 8, what we're talking about today. Likely when we get time, we're so busy right now, we're going to end up doing a cam upgrade, oil chest and pump on my twin cam 103. So we'll have a twin cam video, but right now we just have the Milwaukee 8. It's not out yet. It's not even an edit. I'm currently editing up Olean's suspension, very detailed video, front suspension install and rear suspension install that we put on my bike. And I got to test that Olean suspension that I put on there on our way to Wisconsin. Holy shit. Amazing, worth every penny. I should have upgraded a long time ago, but did we do an episode on that already? We did. It's not out yet. Yep. So we did a podcast episode too that will be coming out, more review on the Olean suspension, which we will be selling right in the Law Abiding Biker store. Lurch is going to be working on that very soon, because those videos are going to be coming out, the Olean suspension installs, and we will carry it right in our store for you to purchase right from us. So there you go. So as we dive in here, it is an audio podcast, but like I say, it's going to give you a lot of information to figure out, number one, if this is something you want to do. And, we're going to talk about how much power, how much horsepower, what we thought of it after we go through the project. But before we even get started, we should so what happened is Popeye, a couple weeks ago, brought his bike down, his 19 Street Glide Special, dropped it. I let him ride my 16 Dyna Lowrider S back to the Wenatchee, Washington area from Yakima, Washington area. And so this morning we had it all done. So this morning he rode down, and I did a short on Instagram. Check it out. I did a short this morning, and it was his first time seeing the bike and hearing it, feeling it. And of course, he rode from here. We haven't talked to him yet, but he rode back to Wenatchee. It's 2 hours? Mm-hmm. So he rode 2 hours back. We mapped it. We're going to talk about mapping, EFI. This podcast might go just a little bit long just because there's a lot of technical specifications, but we want you to know to see if it's something for you. But I'm actually very curious to hear from Popeye.
Well, let's call that man and see what he has to say.
So we'll see. Again, I swear we have not talked to Popeye, but I'm very curious what he thinks of this 465 torque cam. He didn't get a power cam, he got a torque cam, and we'll see what his thoughts are on it, because I'm excited to actually hear.
Hey, bro, I'm in the middle of getting a blow, Jay. Can I call you back?
All right. Perfect, bro. Dude, how is it going to take you 30 seconds like usual?
2 minutes, probably.
Okay.
Going long today.
Nice, bro. Nicely played. Hey, so you're live, obviously, you know that. We told you we might cold call you, but so we're very curious. We're just getting the podcast fired off here. But I want to get so you rode it 2 hours back to Wenatchee. Can you tell us your thoughts about what you think of the cam upgrade? You know, how the power was, where the power band is, what you found. Do you like the tune on it? And would you recommend it?
So I think all through the gears, running, first through 6, it all seems smoother. There is a definite power difference. I think the entire way through the RPM range, the power band turns on around 3,500. And I mean, that's where the real noticeable difference is at about 3,500. And then it pulls, all the way up to like $5,000.
Yeah.
And so it just continues to freaking pull. We hit a ton of traffic coming back over Blewett Pass. And so, we got in construction, so behind the construction line. And so we were constantly passing. I thought we could get to the front of the line. Apparently we couldn't.
It's worth a try.
We gave it a hell of an effort. So it was a constant getting on it and, accelerating. And I was pretty impressed. I was running with Cowboy, and of course he's on your Dyna S with the 110 in it. And that thing is a little ripper, probably weighs a couple 100 pounds less than my bike. And then Cowboy probably weighs a couple 100 pounds less than me. and so, he's running a hell of a lot lighter than I am. And I was pulling just as fast as he was, or pulling away from him at times. Whereas before, when we had used your bike, your Dyna, before the cam upgrade, he would definitely pull me with that 110. Just because of that weight difference I would expect. So all in all, I think it was, it was money well spent. It's, I can definitely notice the power difference. It's got a lope, a definite noticeable lope at the low RPMs at idle. And then I think probably the whole way through on sound with exhaust, it is louder. You can definitely notice the difference. Cowboy riding behind me said that he noticed a significant difference in the volume of noise coming out as well.
Nice. Now, do you think so I did an auto-tune session on it because I wrote it like I stole it. You know that. Rode the piss
just wrote
out
it
of
how I normally do, you mean?
Right, exactly. I just wrote it like Popeye would. Are you think you're happy with the map?
I think so. So I'm still trying to tell. It feels like maybe at around somewhere, I wasn't 100% sure it was turning on somewhere in that 3,500 gap-ish, give or take, maybe a couple hundred. It may lull for just a hair. And then when you get through that, then it just starts freaking pulling, just like crazy.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. If you want, run another auto tune on that bad boy and, just leave it on for like a week or something and just go do some badass ride and see what happens. Just upload that one.
Yep. I'm happy with it though. Like you said, a lot of fun, gets up and goes and you get those higher RPMs the whole way through. It's got more power, but those higher RPMs just really rip.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you would love that thing. So yeah, totally worth it then. Good deal.
Well, appreciate you guys' work on that and some of the other stuff that you were able to do with my bike while it was sitting down there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we talked about that. Got full service there. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I should have got full service while I was there too.
Yeah, right. Exactly, dude. All right. Well, thanks a million. Go ahead and finish your blowjob. We'll talk at you later.
Actually, I'm at the gym.
Oh, you are? You get blowjobs there too?
Picking things up, putting them down. No, but you guys should be FaceTime. Maybe that could just be another benefit of being a patron.
Oh, yeah.
Get updates of some of the girls that are at the gym right now.
Oh, yeah, holy dude. God. No doubt, man.
Just another added benefit of being a patron here at Lab Media.
No doubt, bro. Thanks for taking the call.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right. There you go. These guys go directly from Popeye. Yeah. So what was the cost on this? So we did the S&S, and Lurch, why don't you jump in here, talk about cost, and then there's some other companies too, right? And what you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of companies, but S&S is definitely one of the big names. Woods Cams is another one. There's several, but S&S seems to be definitely one of the more known names in the hot rod category for motorcycles. He went, I think you mentioned earlier, but he went with the gear driven 465 cam chest. And on S&S's webpage, they show it at $1,753, but I think Brad had found a coupon online that he passed along to Popeye. So I think it was around
a coupon.
A coupon.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Brad, for the coupon.
I think it was around $1,500 is what he spent on it.
How much?
$1,500.
Yeah, so $1,500, and of course,
yeah, zippers. Nick in the chat says zippers is another one. Yep, another good
zippers.
Name.
Yeah, good call. I will say that it's that price, $1,500, $1,600. Mm-hmm. But with our video, you'll save. I imagine, I haven't priced it, but we were talking about this, Lurch and I imagine a dealership would be over $3,000 in labor to do this. If anybody knows in the chat and has priced it out.
Yeah, Brad Head has done it at independent
local,
shop.
That's going to be different.
Be able to give you an idea.
He'll give an idea independent shop, and then we'll just tack on what a dealership would, because a dealership's way more expensive usually than an independent shop. So Brad, let us know. Brad actually had his installed by an independent shop.
Oh, that's right. Fueling's another company that makes a lot of cams.
Yep, Fueling. Yep, that's true. Yep, Bill Schreiber says that. And Brad Johnson says coupon clipping. Yeah, nice, bro. All right, so why don't you go down and let's talk about wherever you want to take it. So here, why don't you talk
Haywood
about?
Says that his local dealer quoted him $1,000.
Oh, that's a deal.
Yeah, Brad's guy hooked him up, did it for $600. That's a smoking deal there.
Okay, it's interesting that it's $1,000 because a handled bar job is usually like $1,200, $1,300. Isn't that interesting? And there's way more involved with a cam upgrade.
Yeah,
I can't believe that. I believe him that he got that quote. I don't think our local dealership would do it for that.
Yeah, I don't know if they would.
A handlebar job, we can do that way quicker than a cam upgrade, bro.
Yeah,
there's way less technical stuff.
It's just
not to depend.
There's a lot to remove and put back on. It's time.
And gauges and tolerances.
It just gets down to time, not how difficult the job is.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. A cam job takes way longer than handlebars. We've done a lot.
Us, but a certified mechanic that does it all the time, hard to say.
I call bullshit. A cam job takes longer.
All you want. Maybe, I don't know.
It takes longer.
Hard to say.
Because we've done both now, and I guarantee I can do handlebars in a day. There's no way in a day you would get that whole. No way. I
think I could.
I know. I don't think so.
If you're not there with your happy ass videotaping me and tell me to take it off, put it back on. Your hand's in the way. Put it back. Use your left hand.
Lurch, can I advise you of something?
Go ahead.
I know that I'm filming you. We're not using videotape.
I know. I heard it when I said it.
All right. Just want to make sure you knew.
No, I knew it.
There's no videotapes in the camera.
It came out of my mouth. I'm like, okay, too late. Can't take it back.
you were knowing I was going to jump on it too.
Yeah.
So why don't you start here, Lurch? If somebody's thinking about spending the money on this, they've got two choices. So you already heard it's worth it if you've got the coin. Now, our video, when we do it, below in the description, there are going to be a shitload of affiliate links because we're going to give you every part, every tool, where we got stuff. But here's the question that the audience will want to know. If they're considering upgrading and they're like, I'm actually in the market and I'm thinking about upgrading to whatever cam it is. It wouldn't matter if you got a 465, guys, or another cam, the install is going to be exactly the same. That's just how the lobes are on the cam and stuff like that, and the push rods and all that. But if they wanted to upgrade to a different cam, what, I guess, their choices are chain driven or gear driven. And can you explain that and what is necessary and why they should choose one or the other? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're connected. So inside,
open it up, lay it down.
Well, let's open that motor up. So you've got your pinion shaft and then you got your cam shaft. And what you're talking about is
your crankshaft, right?
Is either the those being connected by a chain or those being connected,
which is stock
direct gears.
Stock, if you don't know, is you are chain driven.
Yeah,
so
you've got a gear on your camshaft and you've got a gear on your pinion shaft or crankshaft, whatever you want to call it.
And you've got an auto adjuster.
And there's a chain in between those two.
Mm-hmm.
And then yes, on you got a hydraulic chain tensioner, and those can fail. So if
what happens if one fails?
your motor goes boom.
Because you suck stuff up.
Yeah.
What Lurch is, it's plastic and it sucks up through your oil pump, goes into your motor, and kabam. Now, the newer bikes, we're not having much problems with that, but we did a podcast on that. There's certain years. Why don't you look that up on our, he's going to go to our website and he's just going to use the awesome search bar right at the top. If you're on mobile, you scroll down to the bottom and he's going to search that chain tensioner. And it'll come up with what episode that is. But there are a certain year of bikes where they had a lot of problems with that, with those chain tensioners breaking and ruining motors. And a lot of guys, if you have these years of bikes, which Lurch is going to give us here, you'll definitely want to change it out for sure.
It's going to take me just a moment because I have to restart my Chrome. So,
oh geez,
fucking Google,
man.
It'd be quicker for you to look it up there.
Usually is. All right. This is pretty.
Oh, and you're on your internet. You kicked me off your internet during these lives, so I don't use any bandwidth. So I'm also running on my phone.
Well, dude, your phone should be just as fast, for God's sakes.
Oh, you'd think.
All right. So I'm scrolling down here. Harley. No. That's not it. Oh, all right. So lawabidingbiker.com/episodes, just the number 73 is how you get there. Episode 73, Harley Davidson twin cam chain tensioner problem, 1999 to 2006. So if you have one of those bikes, you'll go listen to that episode, and a lot of information in there, and you can change out. You'll definitely want to change out and check for sure your chain tensioner. So anyways, pick it up from there. Yeah,
these newer ones with the hydraulic chain tensioners don't tend to fail as often, but they can. But by switching to gear, you eliminate that. You don't need that. Obviously, don't need a chain tensioner if you don't have a chain in there. So you can go. It's up to you. You can decide to go chain or gear. I know Brad went chain because he wasn't sure if his bike would be within specs. You have to check the run out on the pinion gear to make sure that
the pinion shaft. Yeah,
pinion shaft. Thanks. That you have less than 5 1/1000ths of run out. And his bike's got around 50,000, give or take. And he was actually within specs, so he could have went with gear driven. Lee's bike's a little newer, a little less miles, and so we went with the gear driven. We show you how to check the run out. It's pretty simple. There's some good tools out there that help you make that easy. He was within spec, and so we went forward with the gear driven on his.
Yep. So to dive in a little bit deeper. So basically your pinion shaft, it comes off your crank, and you have to check out the run out on it. If you don't know what that is, basically run out is how true it is when it spins.
Right.
And so you have a little dial gauge. There's different companies that make them. We have a dial gauge now that can be used on lots of different projects. Like you can do it on brake rotors too. When you spin your brake rotors, they should be within certain tolerances that, as far as how out of sync they are or warped, but you're basically just turning the shaft and you have a dial gauge on it. And like I say, there's one we got from S&S with the kit. It's a nice plate that bolts on there. It's a little holder for the dial gauge, really.
That was fueling,
sorry. Yeah. And we just bought a multi-purpose dial gauge now, so we don't have to buy all these expensive plates for each project. Just get a regular dial gauge. But we'll have all these links. But yeah, that's essentially what you're doing is you're turning it and making sure that how true it is. And it's easy to do. We're going to show you in the video. And then if you're within those runouts, within specs, then you can go with the gear. If you aren't, what do? Well, you just stay with the chain because they don't have to be as tight as tolerance. Because remember, you're checking the run out because you're going to be putting two gears together, and gears will wear wrong. There's very tight tolerances. And so with a chain, you've got slop, and you can be out of spec a lot with a chain because the tensioner is just going to take up the slack of the chain. So, so you just go to a chain if you're not within tolerances. The first thing that you'll want to check before you buy the kit, everything, is crack it and crack that cam cover and check your run out.
Yeah, if you've got the ability to let the bike sit before you order, that's one way to do it for sure. Brad was being safe and didn't want to have to return anything, so he went with the gear driven. But if you have the opportunity to, if you're doing it yourself and you have the opportunity to get in there and then check it and order it, that's a great way to go.
Yeah. And that's the other way you could do it is obviously just order the parts, and if you can't, whatever, and then you get your bike apart. If you aren't in tolerances, just save the cam gears and stick with your chain, and then ship the get a return. Get a return on the cam gears. So that's another way to do it. So
if they're willing to take them back.
I think most companies these days would take those back. I would check with them, but I don't think that would be a part that would be wrong for them to take back. It's not an electrical part or anything like that. Hey, bikeaholics, searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? That's right, Zero 3D has the products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for your Harley Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome and black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation. That equals less time installing and more time riding. Zero 3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years experience with a passion for design and innovation. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them. Email sales@zero3d.com. Give them a call, 715-808-0027. Check out your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged. So check out Zero 3D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Goldwings. Better yet, help support us. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products. All right, Lurch, you want to dive into the project a little bit here as we dive deeper? So now we know we're within specs and we know whether we're doing gear or chain. Where do we go from here?
Well, you can just upgrade the cam and use all your stock Harley stuff, but, it's not really recommended. If you look at the quality...
if you're going to be in there, do it.
Oh, just do it. I mean, it's a lot of work to get in there, and so you might as well. If you're going to do something like my dad said when I was young, do it right. The cam plate.
Tell Lurch that every day when he's working here.
We'll get into the cam plate and all that, the other parts, but it's just so much better quality stuff. So you can put in a new cam, but I would highly recommend that you get the kit. So what's all involved, you asked?
If there's nothing else you're going with it, that's good information. Okay. Yeah, where you do a cam chest, right?
Yeah.
And a cam oil pump, high performance oil pump.
Yeah, I definitely recommend doing the whole kit. And S&S sells a kit with everything you need.
And remember, they were having issues with some of the Milwaukee Eights. We did episodes on that. Do you want to look it up? Oil sumping, right? Oil sumping issues. And so there's an upgrade, which we haven't done yet. If you're not going to do a cam and everything, you can actually, there's a little thing you can drill. Harley makes it, and you can get in the back side of your primary, and it's a little breather. Anyways, we're not going to get in deep, but we're going to do a video on that eventually too. But the new pumps, you won't have an oil sumping issue, and you'll be good to go. So I might have to look this one up for you too.
Well, yeah, I like I told you, I without restarting my whole Chrome, I can't find anything. So it's the joys of Google Chrome sometimes when we try to use it on our website. If you not restarted, I get problems.
Yeah, no worries. LAB-322, episode 250, lawabidingbiker.com/250, Hardy Milwaukee 8 oil sumping issues. You'll definitely, if you have a Milwaukee 8, if you haven't listened to that episode and you're worried about oil sumping, which you should be, because some of them, or a lot of them were doing it, you'll want to listen to that episode and how to rectify that. And one of them is this kit that Harley makes, and a new oil pump. Right? It's a new oil pump. Oh, the other one was for oil transfer. Sorry. Yeah. The oil transfer was the one on the back of the primary. Sorry. You just get a new pump from Harley. But in this case, we just use an S&amp pump. So let's do, and then you also, if you have a Milwaukee 8, want to listen to our oil transfer episode, which is 256. lawabidingbiker.com/256. Harley Davidson oil transfer or migration problems, the facts. That's the video we want to do where we actually put that little kit in and the breathers so that doesn't happen. So 2 issues with the M8s there. Definitely listen to those episodes. But in this case, we're doing an oil pump. So we're already upgrading the oil pump and thus getting rid of the sumping problems. All right. Lurch has got a confused look on his face.
Oh, this computer.
It's technology not the computer.
So great. It's I think it's for whatever reason, it's my
cell signal.
Yeah, it's not the greatest in
It's
here.
not the computer because mine's working fine.
No, it's just stupid Google Chrome. But here, I restarted my Google Chrome for you, buddy, so I can look up shit. So what the hell did you ask me?
I already answered all the questions.
Oh, good. Awesome.
For you.
That.
All right. So Cam, you want to talk about the cam plate? You got some stuff here. You did a lot of notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The gear drive, we talked about that.
Yeah. Let me get to the cam.
Some people say, while you're doing that, I'm going to give my full review of it at the end, and because I rode the shit out of Popeye's bike. I rode that thing. I made sure everything was seated and good to go. Didn't want to give him back to him till I had fully and thoroughly tested it. All right. But some people say that the cam gears are noisier than the chains. I find that not to be true.
It could potentially be true, but I can tell you on a Harley, you're not going to hear the difference over the exhaust.
No.
I couldn't hear shit.
And especially if your lash is good, which we'll talk about, you have to check your lash. Ours was really tight, and I can't tell the difference at all. I hear nothing. Like Lurch says, It's a Harley. You hear the motor, the exhaust. If it is a little louder, it's certainly not noticeable to the human ear. So that's just my personal experience, and I'm sure there'll be some that disagree, but I would say their lash is probably not done right, or they didn't check it. But that's just my take. All right. Who am I? All right. Lurch.
So the cam plate, it's made out of precision machined from built aluminum. It's got the passage plugs on the outsides that are serviceable, so you can take them out and clean it all out. There's independent, and this is talking about the cam plate and the oil pump together. There's independent scavenging sections for the flywheel cavity and the cam chest. So it's got the what they call the rotors on both sides. So it definitely moves a lot more oil. And there's a magnet in the cam chest to stop debris from entering the oil pump. And there's increased flow capacity on both the feed side and the scavenge side. Also, there's adjustable pressure relief valve that you can actually adjust while it's installed in the engine, so you wouldn't have to take it out to make adjustments. So all in all, it just the cam plate and the oil pump together, just so much. It's almost a shame to put the cover back on, to be honest with you.
It is.
Because it's just beautifully machined. The tolerances are crazy tight. Well built. It's definitely going to improve the oil flow in your bike and the longevity of it. So
I want somebody, I told you this when we were filming.
You want a clear one?
I want somebody to make a clear cam chest cover, because that would be badass, man. It's so mechanical and cool looking inside there, guys, if you haven't been in there. And how cool would that be to see things rotating in there and the cam gears, dude. And it's like S&S makes like this blue. That's their MO.
Yeah.
Anodized.
Feelings red.
And they just look
different colors.
And then you cover them up. And it sucks because I love seeing mechanical things. Anyways, I digress. Move on.
Beautiful parts. What the hell's going on now?
Oh, geez. We got a shit show going on here today.
And then
Lurch was late today, by the way, people.
I'm late quite a bit.
He's late quite a bit as the chief operations officer. He just walks in, comes waddling in at 9:23. Supposed to be here at 9 this morning. I already got Popeye, already told him about everything, and then he waddles in with his coffee.
Hey, I'll be here when I get here.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I guess I've
come to expect it.
Yeah, I got too used to it at work.
Right, exactly.
I retired as a captain, and
it's a government job, remember. So the government, you can do that.
So and plus I was the boss.
Yeah,
so
right.
I would show up, a couple minutes after a meeting started. And one of my employees said something. He's a friend of mine, but he made a wise ass crack. And my lieutenant said, "Captains are never late. They get here exactly when they intend to." So
Nice.
COOs are never late.
Right.
They get here exactly when they intend to.
There you go. You heard it from COO. I got to bust his balls. All right. And he's also drinking on duty.
So are you.
What a jackass. Yeah, but technically I'm the boss, dude. Technically speaking. I know I don't feel like
I'm the boss of me.
Actually, I encourage him to drink on duty here at Law Abiding Biker
I think
Media.
at one point you said it's encouraged.
It is. It's actually required. You know how some people have the OSHA charts and stuff? I just have that you have to drink while you're working, and then you're good. That's what my rules here say. And that I'm not insured. So if you fall and slip, you're on your own. All right.
So just talking about some of the other parts too, it comes with new tappets or lifters. Some people are probably used to hearing them called. It's a precision tappet, just a lot better than the stock tappets. Mm-hmm. And also comes with upgraded tappet cuffs. They're an anti-rotation device to keep the tappets lined up the way they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. And the stock one is plastic tappet cuff. So this comes with a hard anodized black coating, built aluminum construction. It's a lot stronger. And it doesn't flex or distort. So definite upgrade there. One of the coolest things that comes with it are the quickie push rods. What a great invention. If you didn't get a kit with quickie push rods, you'd have to take your rocker covers off and actually the housing too. You'd have to take quite a bit off the top end to get your lifters out. With these quickie, they're quickie lifters or rods, they adjust, and you can adjust them so that they adjust them all the way in, and then they fit inside, and then you can expand them back out and adjust them. And it just makes the job so much easier and quicker because you don't have to take a bunch of stuff off the top end. And you get to have the fun of taking a pair of bolt cutters to a Harley. cut those things out. I have to admit that was, for me, kind of the most fun.
We got that on the Instagrams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. It makes you feel like a man. So
a lot of upgraded parts.
I'm reading real quick. So live chat, our patron members in the live chat, Brad Johnston, who had his done, said, and here's something I want to bring up. It's a good comment. Brad says, cost of tools or why I got someone else to do it. I figured it was about $300 in tools I would never use again. So it brings up a couple points there. Number one is Brad's right. There are some specialty tools that you need. However, I will tell you, now that we've experienced it and did it, there are some of those tools are bullshit. Although we got them and we like them and they make it handy. One tool I'll tell you about right now is it's the tool that locks your gears in place. It's a little metal block and they put little grooves in it that lock your teeth.
It's like a sprocket locking block.
A sprocket locking block. So you can turn the bolt, you can torque the bolt, you can get it off without spinning the engine. We didn't have one actually. We got them now just because that's what we do here. We buy tools. All right. Now we want to have them on hand. They just make it quicker, but it's with a Titan lift and a mini jack, or even if you're doing it on the floor, all we did, because we didn't have them, is put the wheel on the ground. And then you can't turn the wheel because it's on the ground and it's a heavy ass bike, and we just torqued it that way and it was no problem.
And the torque value is not, I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
They're very low torque values.
High. Yeah. So it's not like you're reefing on something that's got 125 foot-pounds or something.
Yep.
It's pretty low.
And you'll see in our video, we aren't even using that tool. So that's one you can throw out. The other tool you could throw out is the expensive holder for the dial gauge. Because you can just use a universal holder. We got one afterwards. Fueling and S&S want to sell you these. It's made and it bolts right on your outside of your cam cover, and it uses the bolt holes and then it holds your dial gauge. If we were doing cam jobs all the time as a shop, I'd get one, because there's a different one for a twin cam and a different one for a Milwaukee, and they're just made out of billet aluminum, and they're charging a shitload for them. People, let's just face it. Good for them. That's the way you make money, but I'm just telling you
too, if you were doing a lot of jobs.
That's what I just said. Yeah. If you're doing a lot of jobs, it'd be quick, but you don't need to get one.
No,
just get a universal one. That way you can use it on your brake rotors and you can use it on everything, not just a frickin' cam, pinion run out. So you could save money there too. And we're going to put all these links below our video. We'll have one of course, the expensive one, and then we'll have the universal one, which is a lot cheaper on Amazon and stuff, but we'll have affiliate links to all that. So
the tappet filler, we didn't necessarily need either. It's hard to find right now, but Jim's made basically a glass jar with a fitting on top to hook a bleeder to.
Yep.
And then you suck the air out of the container, and it pulls all the air out of the tappets and fills them. But
lifters, tappets, yeah.
You can just put them in a jar full of motor oil overnight, and they will
do the same thing.
Do the same thing. Just makes it quicker. So there's a few stuff. The one thing that you do need is definitely the main. You
need a dial gauge, which you can get a universal mount though, right? You'll need a dial gauge, but you can use that for the same dial gauge. If you get the universal, you can use it for both your pinion shaft run out, and you can use it on your gear lash, checking your gear lash. So one gauge, but if you have the universal mount, you're set. You can do both with it.
Yep. But you will definitely need an inner cam bearing puller and installer. No doubt about it. Definitely. Don't skimp on that. We went with a cheaper one. And it worked once, because the reason it was cheaper was and
that's the one we got from S&S directly.
No, that was fueling. Yeah. I'd shit can that one and not go.
Lurch doesn't know his own strength.
The problem is the puller, has 3 prongs on it, and you push it through the bearing. It's got a lip on the back end, and then you put a dowel through the middle to keep it from coming out, and you back the thing out. It worked great for pulling the bearing out, but then you turn around and use it to press the bearing in. And what they do is you take the old bearing and you put it on the outside of the that dowel or that tool, and it keeps it from expanding. But it did not expand, but it twisted, and so. The difference between that one and the Jim's is a little more expensive, but the Jim's tool has 2 separate pieces. It's got a piece for pulling the bearing, and then it's got a solid bar for installing it. So I would definitely, if you're doing this yourself, don't go with fueling, go with the Jim's.
Yeah. Bill Schreiber says, does the universal dial gauge have a magnet base? I said, I answered him. I said, yeah, that's what we bought, a magnet base with a swivel adjustable arm, basically.
And then you can turn a cam on that adjustable arm and it locks it in place.
Yep. Yeah. Very, very handy. And of course, like I say, we'll be linking to all this stuff when the video comes out, of course. So, all right. Yeah, we've got a lot more to talk about and some things you'll definitely want to know, but let's do this. Lurch, go.
Are you searching for the easiest and quickest detachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that can come loose and slap your paint. Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage rack systems. This father-son team designed something really special that you can't find anywhere else. Yup, these guys ride so they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack attached system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach system. Once you use the Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for? Bikeaholics, head on over to Law Abiding Biker Store and check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags. lawabidingbiker.com/store.
Store. There you go, guys. I can't do it, Lurch. I can't do it.
Can't do what?
Turn the music off.
Really? It's
no, I got the damn thing adjusted wrong.
Oh, Lord. So I'm not the only one having technical difficulties
today.
today.
I got a train wreck today. All right. So, where were we? Let's talk about, so I want to talk about tappets a little bit more and lifters. Mm-hmm. Do you want to explain to kind of the audience, give a breakdown? They're actually...
They're quite cool to look at.
They're actually very
Think about how they work, yeah.
Yeah, when you actually deal with them. So in a nutshell, explain how the lifters, hydraulic lifters, which is nice these days, guys, especially Harley Davidson using hydraulic lifters, hydraulic tappets, same thing. Reason is you never have to adjust your valves. We used to have to adjust those a lot back in the day, especially I had some older cars, specifically a Volkswagen Bug.
Start rattling
every couple thousand miles. Get in there and you got to adjust your valves and all that. So that's nice. And all these motors, twin cams, your M8s, all adjustable, automatic, basically adjusting push rods or valves. So go ahead.
Yeah, they're not solid. They've got a roller on the bottom that rolls on top of the cam, and then they've got... for lack of a better term.
Yeah, on the lobe of the cam. They roll on the lobes of the cam.
Yeah. And there's that little roller goes in the direction of the cam. So that's why you have to have that tappet cuff in there to hold the tappet or the lifter in the correct position. And then inside them, they're filled with motor oil. And they've got like a little cup on top that the push rod sits in. And then it's got... you had a tearaway of it. Doesn't it have a spring or something in there too? Yeah. Inside. So they don't have to be, they're not going to knock. They've got some play in them, if that makes sense.
As the valve wears, the push rod just pushes up because it's hydraulic on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't ever have to adjust them, but you do have to make sure that you fill them with oil before you put them in the bike. If you don't do what Fuente did. If you don't,
what did Fuente do? We're gonna bust his balls. He ran them dry.
Well, he didn't make sure they.
He had oil in the case, but he didn't make sure the actual tappets were filled with oil.
And then when you go to set your length of your push rods, it's not going to set right. You're either going to set them too short or too long, and he didn't have them adjusted quite properly. So when he fired it up, it bent a push rod.
Yep.
So it is important to make sure that you fill those, whether or not you use that special tool with a bleeder to suck the air out of them. Or you just put them in a mason jar full of motor oil overnight. Either one works because you need to have that oil in there. So
ready to go.
Yeah, you can set the push rod length correctly.
The other thing that I'll mention if you didn't know, so what happens is on a Harley engine, number one, I want to mention that the M8 is a single cam. So you're just replacing one cam. On a twin cam, which we will be doing down the road, of course, twin cam. Thus, there's two cams now.
A little more cost, too, between the two kits, because now you're talking two cams and
True.
A little bit more involved cam plate.
True. So the other thing I want to mention, function of the tappets is they suck up oil, all right? And they actually also push oil. There's a hole all the way through your push rod. It pushes oil up through your push rod and oils the valves up there too. So there's multiple reasons you want to fill those tappets and get them ready to go and make sure that they're primed basically and pumping oil and ready to go there. So a couple things going on there, but interesting little things. Very machined, very a lot of thought went into those, basically, is what I'm saying. And so you don't want to mess around with those and do that right. So hopefully that's an explanation of tappets or lifters. Of course, your push rods go right on top of those. They push up, which pushes on your valve, which opens and closes your valve as the cam turns. The lobes, of course, are, well, they're lobes. They're not circular, so to speak. I'm sure most of you have seen a cam or a picture of a cam, but that tappet rolls on it. And as the cam turns, of course, the lobe gets bigger, wider, and thus it pushes up on the tappet, thus pushes on the top rod, thus closes and opens your valve. As it goes back down, it closes. As it gets wider, of course, that's pushing up on the rod and opening that valve. Is that a decent explanation?
Perfect.
Audibly? Okay.
Yeah. And and I'm glad you said that, because when you go to take out the push rods, you can't just take a pair of bolt cutters and get to work and just start snapping them, because they're going to have pressure on them. So in the video, we show you how to set the one side at base circle, which puts the other pair that you're going to cut in overlap. And when they're in overlap, there's no pressure on them. Zero pressure.
They're at the lowest. Both push rods are on the lowest part of that cam. Well, in a twin cam, in this case, single cam. It's on those overlap push rods are on the lowest part of the cam.
Correct. Yeah, and you can reach in there and you can't move them up and down, but you can spin them, and then
pretty easily.
Yeah, and then you know that you can cut those two, and then you just repeat the process. You put that set in base circle, and the other set you're about to cut out in overlap.
Yep. And let me tell you, we went to great detail in our video on exactly how to do that. You have one person spinning the rear wheel, and the other person, or you can. We actually show you some tips and tricks to do it yourself if you're alone. But we'll show you, and we'll explain that in the video, so you know exactly why you're doing and what you're doing and what the terminology is and how you do that to make sure you're doing it right. It's not that difficult. Our explanation will make it very easy, a lot better than this, because there's a video along with the audio.
Right. Yeah, I wish there was a video out there that was as detailed as ours is going to be, because we had to stitch a few together to kind of really figure out what they were talking about and
how to do. We just wanted to make sure we were doing everything right.
Yeah. You can read the instructions, but we always, when we're doing these videos, we'll go on the internet and do some research and, look at videos as well. So I got to tell you, that was probably the thing I was most apprehensive about. I hadn't installed push rods in a motor yet. And all the rest of it, you're just unbolting stuff and bolting it back in. This is a little more technical. When you put them back in, you got to get them in overlap. Then you install those two. You expand the push rods until they get to where there's no play in them, no lash. You can't move them up and down.
No lash.
You can spin them, but you can't move them up and down. And then it probably depends on the bike and the rods that you're using. But in this particular setup, we had to turn the nut basically 4 times around, or 24 flats, and that sets that push rod in the right position.
In the right position on the lifter. Yep, because they're full of oil too.
Yeah.
Good point. And don't worry, that's in detail. On exactly what flats are and how many threads. It'll make perfect sense to you when you watch the video, and you will have no problem, unlike piecing all the other 15 videos together. All right, so we did it right. We did a lot of research, not just videos. We did a lot of documentation, instructions, research to make sure this video is spot on how to do this. And so you can do it perfection and get up riding your bike, riding it like it's stolen with 20 more horsepower. All right, so we'll talk about that at the end here. All right, so where are we going from here, Lurch? Oh, and then you will need a feeler gauge. That's pretty cheap, but there is a feeler gauge. You've got to have the, what are they called? The covers, the
tappet cuffs.
Cuffs.
Yeah, you got to put the feeler in between the tappet cuff and the tappet to make sure that it's set right, and that way they don't rub. And in fact, before you go any farther, you spin the wheel around a few times and watch those tappets or lifters go up and down, make sure they're not rubbing.
Bolt cutters,
you'll need super thin feeler. It's like a 2/1000 or something like that, or maybe even less than. It was 1,000ths or
2,000. It was 0.020.
0.002.
Or 002, sorry,
super thin one. And the one I had at home didn't work, so we had to go buy another one. So just make sure you get one that's really fine, has a 002 in there.
And watch the video first is what we'll tell everybody. Once it comes out, watch it. You'll know everything you need, what you want to get, and you'll have all the tools necessary. Other than that, it's just ratchets and sockets and torque wrench, the basic tools that everybody has, screwdrivers, whatever. But we'll list the specialty tools that you'll need. And we'll buy them. I also want to tell in parentheses, we'll put not actually needed if you don't want to get it because you can. Optional. And I appreciate Brad Johnston bringing that comment up earlier about cost because he's right. But I also wanted to mention, it brought up a good talking point, is that you can dumb down. If you don't want to spend the full 300, you can certainly dumb that down and avoid a few of those tools that you might not need.
Yeah, one in particular, and I've only been able to find it from fueling. I haven't been able to find it anywhere else, is a oil pump alignment tool. And all that does is help you align the scavenger gears in the oil pump. You can do it by hand.
I think it was kind of gimmicky. Let's just admit it.
It helped. It definitely helped line it up.
Sped it up a little bit.
Sped it up a little bit.
Could you do it without it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you could get rid of that tool too. Of course, it was our first time doing it. We wanted to make sure we had everything. But certainly, if you're doing them all the time, I would have one. But that's if I was pinching pennies, I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't get the gear locking devices. I would shit can those. I would get a universal dial gauge so I could use it on everything, and not even just bikes, but other things. So there's some things you can dumb down there if you don't want to buy all the tools. So, but we'll put that in the notes, what you actually need and what you can get by without if you want to save some money.
Yeah, and talking about the dial gauge, you do have to check the lash between the gears.
Yep.
When you get done installing it.
I mentioned that a little bit, but that's what I said. The universal is good for.
Yeah.
You can check your gear lash, you can check your pinion shaft run out, you can check brake rotors, you can do everything with the universal magnetic swivel arm mount.
You don't want too much lash in there because then they're going to not be riding right and your gears are going to eat each other apart. So that is one thing you definitely want to check.
But your lash should, honestly, you should check it. But if your pinion run out is good, your lash should be fine. But just check it. You got to check it.
You never know when you might get
faulty part.
Yeah, so a set of gears that aren't quite
they'll clack.
Yeah, you definitely want to check it.
Yep.
So should we talk about tuning a little bit, or do you want to talk about any more about the job? I think we covered it pretty well.
Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, you've got your push rods that go up, of course, on the side of your motor. You guys see those crisscross tubes. Those are your actual, because we got a lot of people that listen to this that aren't mechanically, or it's new to them. So I want to break down some of the nomenclature. So you've got your push rod tubes. Those are the little tubes that you get down there and they're a pain in the ass to clean. Yeah. When you're trying to shine your bike up, they're on the side of each head. You've got two of them on each head, and they could be black or chrome depending on what color bike you have. Those are just tubes. Actually, 3/4 of it is a tube. The rest of it is just a little half cover that holds the tube down into place. And you can just pop those little things, and then, of course, the tubes will slide up and down. But that's all those are, is tubes. Keep your push rods clean, keep the dust and dirt.
Upper and lower part of the tube, and then there's a spacer that you put at the top to keep the pressure on them so that they don't leak.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep them in place,
Yep, so they don't leak, and they're all sealed up. You're good to go there.
Yep.
But here's the one thing that I'll say. So when you're buying your kit, some things that you need to think about. Here's what I would recommend to you. So the traditional way is to buy regular length push rods, all right, when you're upgrading to a cam. And so if you get regular push rods, you're going to have to basically take off your rocker cover and your rocker cover housing, and you're going to have to pull your valves. Now, because then you got to pull your old push rods out the top end of the motor, and then you got to put your new push rods down in the motor. With that said, we haven't released them yet, but they're edited and ready to go as we put out content, right? They're edited. Yeah, I edited those. We've got a complete video on removing your rocker cover and your rocker cover housing, and of course, removing the actual valve springs, right? The valves and springs, that whole kit. Yeah, because you have to take that off to get your push rods out. We actually did the video on replacing the gaskets, but it shows you exactly how to do it. With that said, I would strongly encourage you to do it the way we did it, and that's with quickie push rods. So whatever company you're ordering from, get quickie push rods. What that does for you is, we've already mentioned it with bolt cutters. Once you get everything how it needs to be and you're on overlap and all that, we'll show you in the video. Then, like Lurch says, you can just cut them out, the old push rods, with bolt cutters. And the reason that's handy is now you don't have to, it saves a ton of time and effort not taking your top end off, the top of your motor. All right. And then coinciding with that is that they install without taking the top in because they're adjustable. And you'll see in our video, you can adjust them down, they shrink, you can get it in there, and then you can space them out and get the right lash setting or zero lash, basically. So I don't know what I say. Quickie push rods is
the only way to do it.
Absolutely. You're spending that money anyways. Spend a little bit extra and get Quickie push rods. They've been tried and tested over many, many years. Many companies sell them and they work great.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know that I'd want to do it without them.
No, we could do it.
Oh,
but
it just
why?
takes more time.
Why?
You got to pull the tank. You got to pull your rocker cover housing, your rocker house, the cover, the housing.
Yeah, just going to add a lot of time.
The plate, it's forget it.
Yep. So with that said, we're not going to get any too much more technical here on the show as far as the install. But have no fear. I guarantee with the video, you'll be able to do it. We are going to talk a little bit about my thoughts and what do you want to, let me get this Lurch here.
I think I had tuning as a note there.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've already talked about that. We use the FP3 in tuning.
Well, we'll get into a little more detail on that. Yeah,
okay.
We'll get a little more detail on that, I think. Let's do this, and then we'll wrap it up here, guys. You want to ride longer? Treat your ass with some respect already, bikeaholics. For God's sakes, what are you doing? All right, get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials. That's right. And it's unlike gel pads that will leak if punctured. The butt buffer is designed not to slide around on your seat. Fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds. Yeah, easily cleans, and helps to dampen those gall-darn vibrations. With plenty of models to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions. I will say that before you sit on that beautiful butt buffer seat cushion, do what Lurch does. Give yourself a maintenance wipe. That's right, with a dude wipe. Clean that undercarriage so you're nice and fresh when you sit down on that butt buffer. lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. BUTT. That's how you get hooked up with dude wipes.
Yeah.
All right. So tuning. So basically we sell the FP3s. That's what we recommend. There's a lot of tuners out there. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying all you need is a Fuel Pack 3 sold right in the Law Abiding Biker store. We use them. We have them on a ton of bikes. We've used them over the last 7-8 years. We sell them in our store. You can support us. In this video, we're going to show you how to use the Fuel Pack 3. Once you get your cam in and all that, we're going to show you how to program it because there's already in Vance and Hines, there's already maps for an SNS 465 cam. You're going to do a base map with the cam. We're going to show you how to flash the actual ECM. It's super intuitive. It hooks up to your smartphone. There's an app. It makes it so damn easy. We're going to make it easier with our video. You flash it to that base map. Now, I will say, your bike's going to run like shit.
When you're auto tuning.
Right. Yeah. So what happens is you flash it with a base map. All right. And so it's just recognizing the new cam. Now, you've got to run an auto tune session. We show you how to do all this when the video comes out. I also already have a Fuel Pack 3 video out, which is very, very popular. I did it 8 years ago. Still an awesome video. It shows you all this, how to set up FP3, how to tune, auto tune, all that kind of stuff. Go search the website, Fuel Pack 3, or we did podcasts on it. But essentially what we did is we went out for a ride on Popeye's bike. I did, and Lurch followed, although he couldn't keep up. I had to wait for him. But anyways, it is what it is.
Whatever.
Lurch is kind of like a grandpa sometimes. Yeah. He's got his, I don't know what he's doing back there, adjusting his Depends or something. Had to pull
I'm making
over.
Good choices is what I'm doing.
Just as Depends. But anyways, the thing is, so you put in an auto tune, you flash it, you open up the auto tune, your bike's going to run like shit. The reason is auto tune doesn't mean it's tuning while you're riding. Auto tune means it's gathering information. It's learning on what cells and what's going on with the motor and where it's lacking and where it needs more fuel, where it needs less fuel. And so you open up the app, it's on your handlebars, of course, in a biker gripper, the strongest, sexiest, sleekest motorcycle mount on the market, right in the Law Abiding Biker store. You got to have your phone up there to do this in the biker gripper, guys. The app actually won't work in any other cell phone mount on the market. It only works in the biker gripper because the phone recognizes you know, how sexy and strong, and that your phone likes that grip around the side. I mean, it knows, I'm just saying, they're smartphones. All right. They're smartphones for a reason. They recognize a biker gripper. It'll just work better. Even if it's Android, it'll probably make it work better. I don't know if you can, but all right. Relax, Android fanboys. All right, here we go. So you open up an auto tune. Now, the thing is, it's going to run like crap. It was spittering and sputtering. You could smell the fuel. It was running way too rich, but that's okay. We went on about a 45-minute ride. Now, you want to go on city roads. You want to go on country roads. You want to go on the freeway. And the whole time, I'm taking it up to redline and I'm letting off. And then I'm running it in high gear, low RPMs. And then I'm running mid gears at high and low RPM. Same with top end, top gears. You want to fluctuate that, the RPMs and how much power. And I would be in high gear and just roll the throttle and choke it out. And then I would be in a lower gear, high RPM, and reef on it and get it to go. And it would spit and sputter. But you're trying to do is on the app, you're on your phone, you're filling cells, and you'll see a gray cell bumping around. This will all be in the video, but it's bumping around and you'll see it fill cells and it colors them in orange or green. It's trying to find, and it's gathering all that information. And then once I got it, you try to fill as many cells as you can with colors. Once I got all those cells filled to where you're never going to fill all of them. You just get as many as you can. You can always run another auto tune session if you're not happy with it. But I ran that one. It was about 45 minutes. We pulled over. We then took that auto tune map. And again, the bike's running like crap right now because it should. It's not tuned yet. It's just got a new cam and it doesn't know what to do. We flashed it with the auto tune map, and then shit hit the fan. I got onto the on-ramp of the freeway. Holy shit. It was like night and day. That thing ran like a raped ape, and I am not kidding. I just will agree, as this podcast is going a little long, I will agree with everything Popeye said. And I've ridden the bike a lot. Of course, I had his bike. What am I going to do with it? I'm not just going to let it sit. It's got a new 465 cam. I rode this thing every day to coffee meetings that me and Lurch have and all kinds of stuff, and just ripped on. I rode the piss out of that thing. And I will say it's worth every penny of what Popeye paid for that, especially if you do the labor yourself. You're saving a lot of money. Plus the pure satisfaction of wrenching on your own bike, right?
Absolutely.
Nothing better than that. Having the law-abiding biker video right next to you on your computer or iPad, step by step. But I will say, and I told Popeye this when he came to pick up his bike this morning, I said, listen, I've ridden it a lot, and you're going to need probably, if I was riding that, what it reminds me of is when I test rode and reviewed the Street Glide ST. It's on the YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. And it has an upgraded cam in that 117. And so Popeye's bike rode very similar to that. And what I mean by that is you're probably going to run it in a gear lower than the normal cam. The reason is it's really happy. It's really happy at high RPMs. And it's happier up around that 3,000. You get into the 3,500 to 4,000 range. Holy shit. Hang on. And then it just rolls through to redline to 8,000 or 8, whatever it is, around 8,000. And it's a lot of power up there. And if you stay up in that 5,000, 6,000, 5,000 maybe, even in third, fourth gear, I can reef that throttle because I'm already in the power band. I literally could bring the front tire off the ground just a bit, just a throttle wheelie. I wasn't even clutching it, just rolling off the throttle, rolling on it, rolling off, rolling on. You could literally get the bike bouncing and get that front tire to come off the ground a little bit. It's got balls, and I couldn't recommend it more. And that lope sounds great at idle, that cam lope that you guys, have heard in muscle cars and different cars with cams. Amazing. It's a running machine, and I know Popeye's happy with it. What say you about that? So Lurch also test rode it after I tuned it and everything.
I just want to add that for the 21 and 22 bikes, there's now the FP4 that's out.
Oh yeah, FP4. Sorry, yeah.
So if you got one of the newer ones, that you need to go with the 3 or 4. My light just went out.
Yeah, I see that.
Interesting. What I really noticed was the power was there right away. I mean, it just wants to take off, and it pulls. You really can feel it pull all the way through every gear, and it just doesn't stop. Whereas with the stock cam, you get that little power band, kind of somewhere in the middle, and then it takes a little while to go, then it goes, and then it kind of starts slowing down. This thing just took off and it pulled all the way to redline. And I also noticed on the freeway, it definitely wants to run. I think I said earlier, 500 to 1,000 RPM higher. You almost have to go down a gear. Where normally I'd be in 6th gear on the freeway at 60 miles an hour, 60, 70 miles an hour. It wanted to be in 5th gear. It's just, it is awesome. There's a lot of things that you do on your bike, and you look for improvement. You can put your stage 1 and intake and exhaust, and you get some out of it. You get your red line bumped up and you'll feel a little bit more power. But this is something where it is obvious. I mean, you spent some money on it, and it's money well spent.
Yeah, very well said. With that said, let's see. Charles Wilburn says, I think my dude wipes were delivered today. I'm giving a thumbs up in the chat.
Yeah.
Way to go, Charles. Good job. You're going to love them. You're going to feel like a new man. It definitely makes you feel like your ass is younger and tighter, and the chicks are looking at your ass now. I don't know if it's true, but it makes you feel like it. Yeah. So here's the deal. You're going to have to decide when you get your cam, whether you want a torque cam or a power cam. Now, Popeye went with the torque cam, and I'm probably going to mutilate this, but I get it enough to explain it to you. So the torque cam is going to be more of that off the line. And of course we have the power band in that 3,500, 4,000, but it's going to be more torquey, where a power cam, you're going to have more power top end for like just rolling on the throttle and passing power and things like that. A power cam, you're definitely going to want to run at a higher RPM for sure. And even this torque cam, we found that. Probably when I do my twin cam, if I do it, which down the road we want to do a twin cam, I'm probably, the way I ride, going to do a power cam, not a torque cam. That's just me, because I already ride my 103 usually a gear lower than everybody else, just because the way I ride a little more aggressively and cornering, I like to be in the power band. So I ride that way anyways. And so I think with a power cam, I'll be doing the same, but you get to choose. And the torque cam's awesome. And that's what a lot of guys get.
Yeah, especially on the tour bikes, the heavier bikes.
Especially on the touring heavier bikes.
Get out and get going.
I can't promise I'm going to get a power cam, but that's what I'm leaning towards. That may change if we get closer to that project. But just, we just want to tell you about it because it is a decision that you're going to have to make. So let's do this, and then we will, we'll take it out.
Brad says, I still haven't been able to stay out of the throttle.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You just want to go.
If you want to get a speeding ticket, you'll get a 465 cam. It's like me and Lurch were talking about it. Let's just stop that. Lurch and I were talking about it. We both have bigger trucks, newer trucks, and you don't even realize you're speeding. It's still against the law. And if you get your ticket, just eat it because you deserve it. Because you have to pay attention. I often set my truck on cruise control because I can't not speed. Because it's difficult. It's so smooth. Well, that is the way this is. I often find myself exceeding the speed limit a little bit in town, and I have to set it on cruise. You have to be above 35, but even out here on country roads, some of them are like 40. I literally have to set it because you look away for 1 second and you're speeding. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you're used to your current bike and how it feels and how it sounds, and you get that bike into that rhythm, and you're definitely going a lot faster. Yeah, it's easy to move on it. The ST was like that.
The ST was like that too. The Street Glide ST. Yeah, crazy. Good point. Well, we love our patrons. We want you to become a patron member. We want to get to know you better. We want you in the private Facebook group. We want to get you benefits, but for whatever reason, you don't want to sign up as a member. You don't want those benefits. You want to support us through a flat donation. We never balk at a flat donation. We want to thank Jason Scribner of Colorado Springs, Colorado, Dustin Dirks of Fairbanks, Alaska, Dustin Dirks, and Peter Hondo of Phillipsburg, New Jersey. That's right. Helps put a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank.
And keep this thing running on down the road.
There you go. It's lawabidingbiker.com/donate. If you want to leave a flat donation, we love them. We certainly accept those and love it. Yeah, thanks for your support, all those that left flat donations. All right, so you'll be tuned up with a Fuel Pack 4, whatever, Fuel Pack 3, and like I say, we hope to do a twin cam down the road.
We're going to.
Yeah, we are going to.
You've had too much fun with Popeye's bike the last few days.
Plus I just want a video of each motor. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, because there are so many people that listen to our show that have twin cams. I mean, heck, we both they've been around for what, 2007, they started the 96 twin cam, and then 2012, they switched to the twin cam 103. So all the way up to 2000, when did they switch to the M8? The 17. So from, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I'm almost positive because we have that poster of the motors and I looked at it this morning. So 2007 basically to 2012, you've got twin cam bikes running around there. To 2017. So a lot of years of twin cams out there that want to do twin cam upgrades, which will be very, very similar. I almost definitely believe that you could watch our video on the Milwaukee 8 single cam and do a twin cam. It's almost, you're just going to have two cams and two bearings to pull and two cams. I guarantee if you have any mechanical inclination, you'll be able to do it off that video. I have no doubt in my mind. Even if you're going to the gear driven, they're just going to be two gears. There's a gear and there's one crankshaft and there's a gear that goes to that and a gear that comes off the other cam. So there's two chains, two chain tensioners, right?
Yes.
A twin cam, yeah. Or does it?
I think there is one front and one back.
It's been a long time. I can't remember if it's one chain. Sorry, I apologize for that, guys. I can't remember if there's one chain that runs both cams in a twin cam, or if it is one chain. Almost positive.
I'll look it up while you're talking.
Anyways, if you know in the chat, just remind me. I totally forgot. So, anyways, I guess the moral of the story is, if you have the coin and you like power, this is a great upgrade. Aside from like a stage 4, I will tell you this, Popeye didn't mention on the phone call. Popeye, or was it, who was it that was racing, or Lurch?
Yeah.
Earth to Lurch.
Yeah, I know.
But listen, all right,
over here.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
All right.
Lurch was I'll answer.
Lurch was a captain and a police officer for 25 years, and he can't multitask. I just want to throw that out there. All right, no, just busting his balls. But today, Popeye was telling us that somebody with a stage 2 465 cam was racing somebody with a stage 4.
Oh yes. Well,
it doesn't matter who it is. Yeah. It wasn't him.
No.
So it was one of his buddies.
Yeah.
And anyways, he says he saw videos of it, and they were drag racing in a legal spot off the road, people, for God's sakes. Okay. But they were testing them racing, and this simple cam upgrade for the price, he was actually keeping up with the stage 4, same motor, stage 4, where the stage 4 pulled away, and it was incrementally. It wasn't like he blasted his doors off. Where that bike pulled ahead just a little bit, the stage 4 was at higher speeds. Once they got up, in those higher speeds and higher RPMs, the stage 4, sorry, I'm trying to focus on me. It got off focus for some reason, but it pulled away incrementally. It wasn't like gasping, like, oh my God, it was very minimal. It wasn't climatic, I guess. It was anticlimactic. What's up, Lurch?
Two chains.
All right.
There is the...
thanks for looking that up, bro.
I got the microfiche here. There's the primary cam drive and the secondary
cam drive chain.
Yep.
Okay. So there you go.
And if I remember right, it was like one on the back side of the cam plate and one on the front side of the cam plate. That's right.
Yep. If you look at it, it's just one, but one's on the back side. You can't see it, right, till you take the cam plate. Yeah, now it's coming back to me. So there you go. So we will be doing that. And so there you go. It's just a stage 2 upgrade, right? This is a stage 2. Is that what they stage it at?
Well, I don't remember Is cam 2 or 3? I mean,
I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
Stage 1's intake and tune.
Yeah, I don't remember. Doesn't
Probably
matter.
2.
Cam chest oil pump upgrade, whatever that stage is to in Harley's life, in Harley's world. Cool. Well worth it. And I think you'll be satisfied. I hope to get that video out sooner than later and bump it. I think it's going to be a great video. I think it's going to get a shitload of views, and it's going to blow all the others out of the water, in my opinion. I don't say that arrogantly. I say that because we put a lot of work and time, and you guys know how we do our videos. So you can expect everything from it that you expect from any law-abiding biker media video. So we thank everybody for being in the chat there. It was a lot of fun. We love doing these live events. We did a little bit different time. We did it at 3:00 p.m. on a Thursday. Pacific Daylight Time. So that gives a lot of you East Coasters. You're home from work or had dinner at 6 o'clock, 3 hours difference from Washington State here. And so that gets a lot of you East Coasters on there. And of course, we got West Coasters on here too, because it is 3. And heck, you're probably sitting at your desk working, watching it anyways. It's no big deal. You can just, waste company money. Lurch walks in late whenever he wants. He uses all my dude wipes. He drinks my beer and uses my tools. So, I'd expect him to watch Law Abiding Biker live video broadcast while he's working.
That's all I do.
Have I beat up on you enough today? It's just fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if you guys see the picture from yesterday in the private Facebook group or Instagram, make sure you leave.
You're a dick.
You got to go over there. And so it's a picture of Lurch. We were wrenching on my bike. We're doing that's another video coming out, a crossover gasket. There's actually more to that than you think.
It's a little more
if you're doing a new gasket. There's a lot of guys ruin them, and we got some tips and tricks. But there's a picture of him. I took a still photo out of the video, and I said caption this. So go over to Instagram, Law Abiding Biker, or go over to the private Facebook group and caption that for me. There's some funny captions in there, and it's been a fun time. I plan to do more of those. Lurch wasn't really giving me permission to do that, but it doesn't matter.
I think my comment was these.
Yeah, he gave me
you 3 of those.
Middle fingers. But there's some funny shit going on there. So get over to Instagram, caption it, and by the time you hear this, it'll be hard to find that post, all the regular listeners, but you patron members, head over to Instagram or Facebook. So, yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Do we have a call to action?
Well, you already did Amazon up front,
yes,
so
we
pick
did.
something else.
We already promoted the biker gripper. I think we better do these because we used them on our Duluth Minnesota trip.
Absolutely. Cruise Tools. Don't get stranded, bikeaholics. Get hooked up with our Cruise Tools RTH3 roll-up travel toolkit for Harley Davidson and American-made V-twin motorcycles. I pulled that bad boy out and tore into Popeye's bike, and I had his boom box out, all kinds of stuff, so we could get his handlebars fixed up to get him home. It's a great set. Why get stranded and have your bike towed over a small repair? This quality toolkit has everything you need for a roadside emergency repair. Tested and, like I said, used by the Law Abiding Biker crew. Yep, it's got our mushroom stamp of approval.
Mushroom stamp.
Get it already. That's Cruise Tools RTH3 kit. We brought it right to the Law Abiding Biker store for you. Nothing but 5 stars. Big Daddy and Goat, who run the store, got them in stock, and they'll get them out to you right away.
There you go.
lawabidingbiker.com/store.
Rock on. Thanks, guys, for being here. Seriously, everybody in the private chat, thanks for taking the time to be here. Everybody listening, bikeaholics, I love you all out there. I truly mean that. We're continuing our mission to help as many bikers as we can worldwide, and we have really ramped things up here in 2022. I mean that. Nobody would able to figure that out. We can't tell them. We can't tell you. We might do it the next episode. We are the fastest growing and largest online biker community around. That's right. I'm sure somebody listening to the regular podcast will figure that out eventually. But anyways, love you guys. lawabidingbiker.com/fresh-butt. BUTT. Your ass will smell like a breath mint.